What does the new OnePlus 5T bring us? We can't wait to see, and we don't hide it. Enjoy! Base models on the OnePlus 3 and OnePlus 5 arrived in June of 2016 and 2017, and updated versions with the T suffix strike a blow to the competitors in November. This year it is no different. Let us introduce the whole new OnePlus 5T. Alright, not exactly. Let us introduce the redesigned OnePlus 5 from June, with a new display and a fingerprint scanner on the back. This seems more appropriate. Although it was unveiled in June when full view and infinity display designs were in full swing, the OnePlus 5 had a classic 5.5 inches Full HD display with the aspect ratio of a 16 versus 9. We don't say it looked bad, even the opposite. The build quality was excellent and it sat very nicely in the hand. But it just looked the same as the model from 2016. In November 2017, OnePlus fixes things with the 5T. Same as the predecessors, it comes in 2 memory setups and with a dual SIM tray. What we could find in the factory box of the OnePlus 5T were user manuals, OnePlus stickers, a SIM tray tool, dash charge quick charging adapter and the red USB Type-C cable, which together with the adapter follows the red color design of the OnePlus 5T. Headphones are still on the list of additional equipment, and if you want them, you'll still need to visit the OnePlus store. The device is available in 2 color options, Midnight Black and Lava Red, which is exclusively available only on the Chinese market. Sit comfortably as we dig into more details. Looking at the physical features of the display, one could argue that it is completely new display. Although it's a new panel with different shape and edge ratio, what remained the same is the core of the display, optic AMOLED matrix with up to 16 million of colors. OnePlus doesn't mind to spend some money when it comes to its displays, what is easily noticeable here as well. New features include display diagonal enlarged from 5.5 inches to 6.01 inches, whereas size enlarged just a bit, FHD plus resolution and 18 versus 9 screen ratio, and DCI-P3 support for wide color gamut. Body screen ratio has been improved to amazing 80%, what is fantastic when compared to competition. For display protection there is Corning Gorilla Glass 5, which is standard nowadays and a good choice. Now let's move to personal impressions. Many might say that OnePlus falls behind competition due to QHD and 4K panels they offer, but we think just the opposite. FHD plus resolution is an excellent choice for B5T and its amazing hardware. Combination of lower resolution display and excellent hardware will add up to its autonomy, which we will discuss in the next few days. Optic AMOLED this time blew our mind. Display is simply amazing. Color depiction is in the range of Samsung Super AMOLED panels, with one distinction being that OnePlus 5T shows a bit more realistic colors, what is an advantage in our opinion. Black color is reproduced perfectly. Display calibration offers several color modes: default, sRGB, DCI-P3, adaptive mode, custom color. When it comes to sharpness, although diagonal has been 0.5 inches enlarged, number of ppi remained the same, which makes it comparable to 3, 3T and 5 models, which were amazingly sharp as well. Display settings do not offer the option of reducing resolution like some Samsung models, but they do offer reading mode and night mode, which will reduce eye accommodation. In a nutshell, a great package, with settings that could be adjusted individually. Lastly, icing on the cake is excellent wallpaper OnePlus made for B5T that very nicely emphasizes the advantages of optic AMOLED panel. Since it was released on the market in 2014, the attention has been focused on its performance and user impressions. When it had first appeared, OnePlus brought to the market the best chipset there was, Snapdragon 801. Performance was flawless and it put OnePlus in the sole top. Trend continued in the following years, installing the best that could be found on the market at the moment. Tradition has continued with 5T model, however, there were no significant changes in comparison to OnePlus 5 model. Qualcomm Snapdragon 835 is the best chipset at the moment, and it has been installed in 5T model as well. Chipset consists of 8-core processor with 2 clusters, powerful Adreno 540 graphic processor, and 64 128GB of internal memory paired with 6 8GB of RAM memory. We are using the version with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal memory. Applications start without a hitch, which is expected considering powerful 5T hardware. 8GB of RAM memory allows for you to keep all ongoing tasks in the background and get back at them at any time. Face unlock functions thanks to the front camera, and its speed is satisfactory as well, though not as fast as on iPhone X, but we are overall satisfied. Moreover, even the most demanding games were no challenge for 5T, and the most popular games reach over 60 FPS, which is a gold standard for all gamers. Remarkable results are due to the combination of Adreno 540 and FHD Plus panel resolution, which requires much less graphic power in comparison to 4K and QHD panels. Lower resolution results in better performance. Simple as that. Considering all of the above, and especially version with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal memory, P5T is a phenomenal feature-proof smartphone. Light software without bloatware contributes to immaculate functioning too. Oxygen OS is based on Android OS and represents OnePlus's version of Google's system. First version of Oxygen OS appeared for the first time on the first OnePlus model, OnePlus One. The attractiveness of Oxygen OS is its clean surrounding that resembles Nexus's and later Pixel's as well. All this plus excellent hardware that is a constant for OnePlus results in a great user's experience. Next advantage are regular updates typical for all models. We've seen that first model released in the second quarter of 2014 has been updated to 6.0.1 Marshmallow version. Similar to Nexus 5, plus strong developing community provides a lot of unofficial updates to newer versions, even after official ones, so we can already see Nougat and Oreo versions for the first OnePlus model. Great performance and pretty good system settings have positioned Oxygen OS as a mature UI. OnePlus 5T appears with Oxygen OS 4.7 based on Android 7.1.1 version. 2017 is coming to an end, and if we look at other manufacturers who have already installed Android 8.0 Oreo or had models with Android 8.0 built-in even back in August and September, we find it illogical for OP to release a new flagship without latest update. Another part that has been significantly improved when it comes to new OnePlus model are cameras. We are talking plural because this time too there is a double camera. The main difference is in second sensor, which isn't telephoto anymore. OnePlus aims to improve night capture, so it had to sacrifice telephoto sensor, which had smaller shutter aperture. This time, besides 16 megapixel sensor, there is a 20 megapixel sensor with the same features, same shutter aperture, f1.7, same capture angle width, and although the size of the pixel has been reduced, its number has been increased. The system is rigged so that you use most of the time 16 megapixel sensor, which serves primarily for low light surroundings, but when the light drops below 10 lux, OnePlus 5T activates its 20 megapixel sensor. It functions as follows. The process connects 4 vicinal pixels into one on 20 megapixel picture and creates a 5 megapixel picture that is later being upscaled into 20 megapixel picture that results in more than good pictures taken in low light surroundings. If you add to this excellent shutter aperture, quality pictures are guaranteed. Of course, double LED flash deserves to be mentioned as well. When it comes to the quality of the pictures taken by 16 megapixel sensor, pictures are detailed with excellent color reproduction and only mild traces of noise detected in the background. Capture and focus speed are excellent, and autofocus has been implemented through face detection system, sharpening the image almost instantly. Optic zoom is missing this time, while 2 times magnifying button is still located in the same spot. It's a digital zoom now. Other features include geotagging, touch focus, face detection, HDR, and panorama. Camera interface remained unchanged, and the layout is as follows. Upper left corner and below include dual LED mode settings, image aspect ratio settings, HDR settings, and self-timer. Upper right corner and below include gallery shortcut, capture button, camera orientation settings. Portrait shortcut is accessed by holding your phone horizontally and swiping upwards, and video mode by swiping downwards. Separation of the focused object from the background is quite good, although depth effects such as the one on Samsung Galaxy Note 8 would have been even bigger hit. Pro mode allows manual settings of all features so that with appropriate settings you can make fantastic photos and get the most of OP5T. Video is being recorded in maximal 4K resolution at 30 FPS with the implementation of electronic image stabilization, which does the trick and provides effective stabilization, lots of details, and excellent color reproduction. Disadvantage, however, is the lack of the OIS, but there is EIS to replace it. Slow motion recordings are recorded at 720p resolution at 120 FPS. Wishlist includes, however, 4K at 60 FPS that we saw on this year's Apple smartphones. If one would use phone without a mask and place it on the back more often, cameras might get dented after some time, which is another disadvantage of this model. However, if you do use the mask, it provides excellent protection. Front camera was excellent on 3T model and took pictures in 16 megapixel resolution. Pretty much the same situation is with 5 and 5T models, with the addition of EIS and Auto HDR mode. Results are pretty good in both high and low light surroundings due to f2.0 shutter and software flash. There is also Auto HDR, which functions automatically, while for 1080p video recording stabilization there is EIS, the same one as on main sensor. The disadvantage is the lack of the autofocus, which would have significantly added to its glory and would have put OP5T in the top of selfie phones. OnePlus uses dash charge system that was completely developed by OnePlus and represents one of the fastest ways to charge a smartphone nowadays. OnePlus 5T charging port is USB Type-C 2.0 type. Dash charge system specifications include 5V4A, and we've managed to charge our phone completely from 0 to 100% in 1 hour and 10 minutes, what is a remarkable result and puts it in the core top of the class when it comes to fast charging. Similar to the previous models, battery is non-removable with the capacity of 3300 mAh. To increase battery life, there is a battery saver options you can turn on manually or wait till your battery life drops below 15% or 5% when it's activated automatically. Moreover, there is a battery optimization option which allows you to adjust your applications to minimum energy consumption by ending all the background processes. To be upfront with you, fast charging is a must-have for all smartphones nowadays, and new dash charge charging speed really does the trick, especially if you're in a hurry and in need of fast charging. You need half an hour to charge a battery to 50%, and with the wise use of the phone it can last for a day. Just great. About a relatively clean system without background running applications that could drain the battery, we've already talked about. Battery consumption in extreme hardware use is reasonably considering it's a quite powerful device. Thermal throttling is absent, so there is no unnecessary waste of energy. The results we achieved with only one charge are 7 hours of SOT and 12 hours of medium to heavy usage. The OnePlus 5T is a complete device in the field of connectivity as well. As it was the case with every OnePlus device so far, the 5T is also a dual SIM device, and it uses nano SIM cards. The slot is located on the right side of the device, just above the power lock button. In the OnePlus they listen to the customers, and we greatly appreciate it, so the 3.5mm headphone port is still here, and it is located on the bottom side of the device, to the right of the Type-C charging and data transfer port. OTG is supported through the suitable Type-C to Type-A adapter. When it comes to wireless connections, we have Wi-Fi 802.11, NFC, Bluetooth 5.0, DLNA and AGPS. The 4G LTE modem supports speeds up to 600 megabits per second in download and 150 megabits per second in upload. Geek side of our mind justifies switching from 5 model. However, other side realizes that differences are minor, plus some changes were made that we didn't like at all. Let's start with the design, which we liked. It's definitely been improved and looks more modern without losing important functions. For example, fingerprint sensor has been moved from the front to the back so the device leaves better impression when held. Display has been improved as well. Optic AMOLED matrix is phenomenal, so when it comes to resolution and image appearance, we have no remarks. What comes as biggest disadvantage, at least to us, is the removal of the telephoto sensor, which provided excellent optic zoom. In its place, there's right photo sensor now. Night photo has been improved, however, OnePlus still falls behind competition in this field, for example, behind excellent Samsung models. Oxygen OS is again top-notch. Unfortunately, latest update available on 3T hasn't been installed yet, so we hope it will be updated soon. The price has gone up again. In comparison to 5T is $20 pricier. Although it offers a lot, we hope OnePlus will keep the price from rising because it will lose its original objective, which is high performance and low price. If you possess 5 model, especially if it's a model with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal memory, maybe it would be wise to wait for the next model from OnePlus. Waterproof and stereo speakers would have been a good addition, which would have made switching from 5 to 5T more reasonable. However, if you can't resist thin edges, modern design, or simply want to try the latest gadget available, 5T won't disappoint. Do you like the OnePlus 5T? We'd like to see your opinion in the comment section below. If you have any ideas or you would like to see a specific device being reviewed soon, feel free to let us know here or on our Facebook page. If you like this review, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and sit back and relax while we make more of the same for you.